Well, hello there again. You know, I sure get discouraged. I listen to all the stuff not all the stuff, but I listen to a lot of the stuff that's going on. I listen to these politicians and all the stuff oh boy, talk about a bunch of bull splatter and road apples. If anybody hadn't heard me, bull splatter is what comes out the back end of a bovine creature when they've ate a lot of green stuff and that, and it hits the road and just smack, it just splatters all over. It's feces. And horse, them road apples, that's what a horse leaves, is it's walking down the road. Little biscuits out there, yay big, and different colors according to what they ate. Well, that's all them politicians and scientists do the same thing. If you sit here and you look, you can go find this scientist, we've had this study and we got this and it was published in this peer-reviewed magazine of great reputation. And then you go looking over here and you find these scientists from a different university or different country, whatever. Here, look at this. We got this study and da-da-da-da. Well, this over here was the thesis and this over here was the antithesis, or vice versa, because one just is in opposition to the other, and they are both bull splatter if you pay attention. Now, that's just like all this carbon dating stuff, I've listened to that over the years for different things, and I thought, that was so marvelous and everything. But lately, listening to them, it was carbon dated to such and such, or this was too old for carbon dating, or something like that. I don't know. They got all kinds of excuses nowadays with all this fancy equipment and all these fancy mathematical theories and algorithms and everything else. It's just, and it don't mean doodly squat to ordinary people. I saw a picture one time, it's been several years ago, about a black lady over in Sudan or Ethiopia, one of them countries, and it was there was a war going on. There's always a war going on over there. There was a war going on, and there was a famine, and them warlords, they got everything bundled up. Well, this lady's standing there, tall, slender black lady, dressed in tribal clothing like people there do. She had this poor little baby that was probably a year old on her arm. She was exhausted looking, and this baby was just laying there limp with its arm just hanging down, and that it was starving to death. She didn't have any food for it. Well, guess what? That is what all this stuff from these scientists, these politicians, these lawyers, them lawyers, they're out there. There's so many lawyers, they can't get enough money to pay for the advertising they put on TV to go chasing the ambulances and come up with some new disease to sue people over. There's a new one now they come up with, I just saw, and I don't remember what it was. But that mesothene, asbestos stuff, 40, 50 years ago at least, they come up with something about billions of dollars set aside because of the government ruling to pay for mesothelioma or something like that. It's a cancer type stuff caused by asbestos. Well, here, a couple of years ago, it becomes a whole new thing. And if you such and such in the last 20 years, you know something, that pool of billions of dollars must still be out there. And there's a whole bunch of lawyers looking to get their part of it. It's like there's an ad I see where a couple of lawyers are advertising that they make sure that their clients get paid before they take their money. Well, most of these lawyers don't give a darn if you get any money or not out of something. They just need it so they can get to the government, so they can get this money. They can take their 30 or 40% of it. Oh, and don't forget there's taxes in there for you guys, so the lawyers win a settlement for it. But anyhow, I digress. And then politicians that collect that taxes on that settlement you get from some court thing, that goes to them lawyers that are the politicians in the cities and in the county and in the state and in the federal. You know, has anybody ever seen those old movies, The Godfather, Marlon Brando, and the Corleone family and such? If you get to looking and paying attention, the Democratic National Party, the Democratic state parties, the Republican National Party, the Republican state parties are the successful mobs that have pretty much put into control and brought into their organizations those families and that organized crime and stuff that was out there. You live somewhere in a big city? Oh, that's something now. I'm saying how big cities, they got all this poverty and all these problems in these big cities, and all the office buildings in San Francisco and Los Angeles. Not Los Angeles ain't so bad, I guess, but these big cities, the offices are empty. They're having trouble renting any offices, making any money off of them big buildings. Well, they took all the jobs and everything else out of the big cities, and they got people living there. Look at, take New York or San Francisco, I don't care, one of them, any of them. They've got all the stuff, and the people that work there, or used to work there, live 50, 70, 100 miles away and commute. The people that live in the city, in the ghettos and everything of those cities, there's no jobs for them. They aren't cleaning those big office buildings. They aren't selling food on the street corners and in the cafeterias and stuff in those big cities and that. They have taken everything away from we, the unwashed masses, we the people of the United States of America. I don't care. They keep telling you, hey, you're a dumb Mexican. Look at what these white people been doing to you. Hey, you're a dumb black guy. Look at what these white people been doing to you. Look, these Mexicans is helping them white people do it. And oh, look at this. See them Muslims. They try and take all this stuff up here. Oh, boy, we got them. Yeah, see, that's what's happened, because nobody cares about mankind. Now, I talk quite a bit about my God and about my beliefs, because He's the only one that cares about the people. And it's because the people are His children. But the information and the education and stuff has taught people there is no God. Well, start reading what old Karl Marx, Olinsky, Obama, all these kind of people have talked over the years, down through. They have all talked us. Well, there is no God, because their God is in opposition to the God who created the earth, the people, the animals, and everything else. Got it? I'll talk to you again. I'm gonna get a little more fire in some of this stuff. I ain't never gonna be a Bible thumper, because you can believe what you want to believe. But you need to look at what's causing the grief for you, your family, your relatives, and everything else. If you're not one of them favored lawyers, you're not one of them favored political party people, you're not one of those pet minority groups. It's not even the real minority groups, it's the pet minority groups that the government parades around to show how wonderful they are. Think about it. I'll be back. May God bless you all.